Welcome to Crumbville, a warm, cinnamon-scented town where the streets are lined with bakeries, and the townsfolk all agree on one thing. Nothing beats a slice of banana bread. Not just any banana bread, though. We're talking the soft, moist kind, with golden edges, caramelized bananas, and maybe a hint of chocolate. There were only a few places that made it: Betty's Banana Barn, toast and crust, and the legendary Nana Joe's, a bakery no bigger than a food truck, but with the heart of a banana. Every morning, each bakery would bake a small batch of loaves. Locals would stop by, grab a slice or two, and chat about the weather or the latest jam flavors. The price? A steady 5 crumbs a slice. The economy of Crumbville was simple, sweet, and stable. Then one day everything changed. A food influencer named Munchie Mike came to town. He bit into a slice at Nana Joe's, gasped dramatically, and posted, "This banana bread is life. Crumbville is a hidden gem." The post exploded. Suddenly, people from all over flooded into Crumbville. Locals lined up before dawn. Locals panicked. Nana Joe ran out by 10 a.m. every day. Demand had skyrocketed, but the ovens hadn't grown. Supply stayed the same. So what did the bakers do? They raised their prices. 5 crumbs became 10, then 15. It was classic supply and demand. When more people want something and there isn't enough, prices go up. But not everyone could afford 15-crumb banana bread. Some people grumbled. Others paid happily, waving their crumbs in the air. The bakers worked harder than ever, but they couldn't bake fast enough. That's when entrepreneurs saw opportunity. Busy Bella opened a shop called Banana Boss, featuring gluten-free and upside-down versions. Ed, an engineer with a DO degree, launched Yeast Feast, using robot arms and solar-powered ovens. Even a banana cart rolled in, run by a cheerful guy named Freelance Frank, who wore an apron that said "Crumb and Get It." More bakers meant more banana bread. And more banana bread meant competition. Prices began to fall. Slices dropped back to 8 crumbs, then 6. Quality improved. Customers had options. Innovation bloomed. There were chocolate swirl loaves, vegan delights, and even banana bread popsicles. Crumbville had entered the growth phase of its banana bread economy, but just as things seemed golden, a new problem arrived: a banana blight. Mysterious bug wiped out banana crops in nearby fields. Imports slowed. Bananas became scarce. Without bananas, banana bread wasn't really banana bread. Prices of ingredients shot up. Even though demand didn't change, the cost to make the bread did. This time the price increase was in tea because more people wanted it. It was because it was more expensive to produce. That's cost-push inflation. When the cost of making things rises, the price goes up, even if demand stays the same. Bakeries scrambled. Some closed temporarily. Others tried weird substitutes. Zucchini bread? Anyone? The mayor of Crumbville gathered the council and proposed a rescue: subsidies. The town would support local banana growers with extra funding. It's kind of like giving them free fruit juice money, so they could recover and grow bananas faster. The idea was simple: help the farmers so the bakers could bake and prices could return to normal. It worked. Bananas came back. Loaves returned. Prices stabilized. But while everyone was focused on the big bakeries, something shady was going on in the alleys behind Bread Street. A group called the Peelers started hoarding bananas. They bought them in bulk, locked them in hidden coolers, and sold them under the table for ridiculous prices. A banana that used to cost 1 crumb now went for 10, sometimes 20. This was the black market, an unregulated space where goods are sold illegally or unethically. The town cracked down with new rules: price caps, import incentives, and inspections. Not everyone was happy, but most agreed that a fair banana trade was better than a rigged one. Meanwhile, Crumbville's bakers needed more ovens, more staff, and more supplies to keep up with the still high demand. So they went to the Crumbville Bank for loans. The bank said yes, but with a catch. Interest rates had gone up. See, when too much money floods an economy, prices can spiral. The bank wanted to slow borrowing to control inflation, so that meant higher rates. Some bakers took the loans anyway. Others hesitated. Growth slowed, but the economy cooled off too. Months passed. Demand leveled. People were no longer hoarding banana bread or lining up at 4 a.m. They'd had their fill. But the bakers, still high on growth, kept baking. Slices piled up. Loaves sat on shelves. No one wanted them. Prices crashed. Some bakeries closed. Others merged. Even Nana Joe had to offer buy one get one deals. This was overproduction. When supply outpaces demand, it's the too much of a good thing problem. But Crumbville didn't give up. They pivoted. Nana Joe started shipping frozen banana bread worldwide. Ed turned banana bread into energy bars. Bella sold baking kits with instructions. Frank began a banana bread podcast. The economy shifted from slices to systems, and Crumbville thrived again. The town became a global case study. Students came from around the world to learn how supply and demand affects prices, what inflation really means, why subsidies can help, and hurt how black markets form. What happens when the market overheats, and how innovation turns crisis into opportunity. Crumbville even built a small museum, the Crumbseum of Economic Bites, with exhibits like inflation, rising like yeast, and the invisible crumb, how black markets work, and at the front of it all, smiling behind the counter of her tiny shop, was Nana Joe. She had a new motto hanging on the wall. The market rises, the market falls. But there's always room for one more loaf, if you bake it right. So the next time you bite into a slice of banana bread, remember, behind that sweet taste is a whole world of economics. Wrapped in foil, sliced into lessons, and sprinkled with crumbs of wisdom,